Hi, how's it going? I decided to do this outside today because my kids are over there playing. It was beautiful outside when I decided to do this. It has since changed its mind, but it's still nice, it's still warm. I can wear a t-shirt and be comfortable, so whatever. Part of nesting for this one coming in like 9 weeks has been just tearing my entire house apart. So finding time and space to record has been a challenge. So I borrowed my aunt and uncle's house because look at it, it's beautiful. Why haven't I been doing this the whole time? It was winter, but they're gonna get sick of me this summer. Okay, anyways, today there's a big road and also it's an active working farm. So those are also things I didn't consider. Hopefully the audio is gonna be okay. I don't know. I don't think I like the spacing here. Let's see. Can I bring you guys in a little bit closer? You guys wanna see me? How's that? Beautiful? Beautiful? Am I giving away our location? It's not what I want to do. You know, in case you're crazy. Okay, here we go. Today is the first day of the month, or second day, because I'm late. This is my March TBR. I'm just kidding. Wow. Today is my March wrap-up and my April TBR. Let's get it on. Last month I ended with a mysterious affair at Styles, but technically I finished that one in March. So, and Girl Wash Your Face was also March? Well, okay. Well, Girl Wash Your Face, I already talked about that one last month though, so out of here. And the mysterious affair at Styles, I think I talked about this one, but maybe I didn't. Anyways, it's Agatha Christie, classic. Lover. It was her very first novel, and so that was just interesting to know reading it. And it was fine. It wasn't my favorite, but it was more just interesting seeing, I swear to God, Bug, I will eat you. I will not feel bad. It was interesting seeing kind of where she started and what the original Christie looked like. So it's also Hercule Poirot. Oh, I love him so much. And his character has definitely grown and changed a bit from where he started. So I liked seeing that about it too. But yeah, overall it was 3 stars. It was fine. It was not anything especially special. Next, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I finally read this book. My friend Jen, podcast Jen, yeah, get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Come back. I love you. Okay, but go. She told me I was going to hate this book, and I absolutely believed her because everything pointed to me hating that book. But, turns out I loved it. So, that's exciting. It wasn't YA, which is what put me off from it for so long. It was very new adult-y. And yeah, I really, really liked it. But it turns out I am just super into Beauty and the Beast retellings. It was great. And I am now reading A Court of Mist and Fury. And that's going good so far too. Mostly they've just been doing it and being sad. But I'm only half an hour in, so I've got 22 hours left to see where it goes. I've heard it's fantastic though, so I'm very excited. I gave that one 5 stars because, yeah, awesome. I'm sorry, it's going to be half just me swatting this stupid fly. I don't know. Next, I read Consent. This is one of the Women's Prize for Fiction books on the long list, and I didn't like it. I feel bad. She's a Canadian author. So a bunch of the book was set 4 hours from where I live, which was pretty cool. But yeah, overall the story was not for me. I didn't like it. I give it 2 stars. I can see it being to other people's tastes, but it just really was not to mine. Yeah, I'm not even sure how to... And I don't want to spoil anything, but it was about two sets of sisters, and there is somebody connecting the two. Horrible things happen to one of the sisters in each group, and I think that there was a lot of like layers and depth to this book that if I cared more about the actual story might be interesting to get into, but I didn't care enough, so sorry. Next. Oh, did I ever show you guys my new book? Look at my reading log. It's the Best Book Club, and it's got, I can do lists, and I bought myself fancy pans. See? Oh, it's been perfect. It's exactly what I want for logging my reading. I love it. Anyways, back to what we're doing, because I don't have all day. It's gonna rain on me here if I don't hurry up. The Yellow Wallpaper. This was a short story. It is a classic horror, and I freaking loved it. It was so good. I think it says it's 70 pages long, but they're not real pages. It's about 50 pages long. And you guys, it's set forever ago. It's about postpartum depression before, like, postpartum depression was a thing. It's creepy and, it just really, read it. I give it 5 stars. I loved it. So good. So good. Yeah, very spooky. I know not everybody would put a short story in their counting for the year's reading, but you know what? I don't give myself credit for 2 books when I read a 500-pager, so the little ones can count. I have a limit, but like 50 pages, if it can be sold like as a novella by itself, I count it. Next, the book club book for March. We just put out our podcast episode about it, so you can check it out. You don't have to have read the book for this one, because we're just really talking about the story of the Radium Girls. And this story it blew my mind. I had a little bit of an idea about it, but it was so enraging. It kept getting worse. I would think this is the bottom. This is the line. It can't get worse. And it would get worse. It was amazing. I have so much respect for these women and their strength and what they went through. Really good. Really slow. Very, very, very slow read. It wasn't just me. All of book club was like, what is this witchcraft? This is taking me forever. Yes, it's about the women who worked in the radium dial factories. During the war, they would paint the numbers on the watches so that the watches would glow, and the soldiers could coordinate attacks without having to light their areas. And radium was a new element, and they didn't really understand it yet. And these women were slowly poisoned, and it was a step for workers' rights and workers' compensation, and it's an excellent story. Kate Moore did a great job, and this was the first time that I have read literary nonfiction. Here's what I'm meaning to say. But yeah, so this style was very, very new to me, and I really enjoyed it. She has another book coming out in June, which I am also excited to pick up after experiencing this one. 4 stars. 4.5 stars. I give 4.5 stars. I lost 50 cents because it was just so long. It was not bad. The story is not why it took me so long. It just, I don't know. Oh, it's getting beautiful again. This is what it looked like when I had this plan. Next, The Golden Rule. Y'all, I loved this. This is another long-listed women's prize book, and this is the one that is a thriller. I was surprised to see a thriller on the list because those don't tend to be the ones that I see up for prizes, but it was so good. She deals with divorce and domestic abuse in a way that was not exclusionary to men. She also discusses that these things happen to men, and like it was just both sides of the same coin, which I thought was really, really interesting. It was also tense, and it was so well written. I really, really loved it. This was by Amanda Craig. I mean, it's a thriller, so I don't want to tell you too much, but basically, in the afterward, she says that the inspiration for this book was drawn from Strangers on a Train, obviously, since it's two women meeting on a train and then plotting to kill each other's husbands, and Beauty and the Beast, and Cupid and Ethos. God, I hope I'm getting that right. I'm outside, so I can't look stuff up like I'm a smarty pants, because that's what I usually do. Look like a smarty pants. I don't know what, but Beauty and the Beast retellings or things inspired by Greek mythology are just my jam. It turns out. Really highly recommend. 5 stars. Love it. Next. No One is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood. Like I said last time, I've read Priest Daddy by her. Loved the first half. Didn't love the second half. The writing style kind of changed. This is another Women's Prize long list book, and once again I enjoyed the writing of half and not the other half, but flipped this time. I could not stand the style of the first half because it was just that over the top poetic. It was too much. I was not sure I was going to make it through. And here, so we did a women's long list podcast. Here's a clip. In that whole synopsis, I didn't even hear babies mentioned, alive or otherwise.
Wow, you're right. That hardly ever happens.
I know.
Wow.
It really shoots it up the list. Yeah. I was so young and full of hope then. Halfway through this book, the writing style does change to a style I enjoyed more, but the content, the content. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit spoilery here, so I'll do the tags again where you can jump to the next book if you don't want to hear anything about it. And I don't think it's really a spoiler, but it's not on the synopsis, so maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, you've been warned. The second half of the book, when she gets the "you have to come home right now" text from her mom, it's because her sister's pregnancy turns out to be going bad. The baby has a very, very rare... Sorry, I've got a big belly, so I have to... This is not a book to read when you are pregnant, I'll tell you what. So the sister's baby has... It's the Elephant Man thing. It is so sad, and this baby does not have a chance of surviving. It talks a lot about women and, how some places don't allow you to abort, or what that choice means for different women. And oh my God, you guys, I cried multiple times. This is not content for me. This book is probably much better than I am giving it credit for. It is not something my heart could handle. This baby does die, and it is a mother's grief, a family's grief. I give it 2.5 stars. I'm sure that it deserves more than that. The writing style, not exactly for me. The content, definitely not for me. But I can recognize that it just isn't for me. I don't think that it's actually Patricia Lockwood being a bad author. I think she's an excellent author. But no, thank you. Next, Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. I have been really just tearing through the long list. Another women's long list pick. This one, I loved it. I thought I was going to hate it because the synopsis is basically a love triangle. It's just a love story. And it sounded like it was going to be kind of like a woman in an abusive relationship finds out that she's bi. She meets a woman while he's away, and then they fall in love. And it just sounded like it was going to be like cheating, not the kinds of things that I am into reading. But I really loved this book. It was very, very witty and dry. I have been finding, the more experience I have with Irish writers, that is like a pretty consistent style, or I don't know. I don't mean to generalize, but whenever I do read a book by an Irish writer, they tend to write in a style that I enjoy. So it's nice to know because I can pick more of them up. So yeah, it sounded like the man was going to just be a jerk, but turns out the woman's a jerk too. So that made me like it more. I gave it 4 stars because I really liked it. I thought it was great. So good job. Wait, is that the last book I read? Yeah, that's the last book I read in March. Huh. So for April, I am reading A Court of Mist and Fury. My hold for How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House just came in, so I will get to start that. Otherwise, I just have a bunch of holds on a bunch of women's long list books. So as those come in, I'm going to read them. And this month's book club book is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So I'll definitely be reading that. You should too, and join us over on the podcast page where we have discussions. We're on Instagram. That is where we post a lot of our questions and discussion stuff, and it's really fun. So come and do that with us. I'm going to pack this up. I'm going to go record my kids for a minute so you guys can see how f***ing cute they are. There we go. I guess end of the month. I show you guys my belly lots now, but I'll show you. It's just going to take me 5 minutes to get up. Give me a sec. Ben, come here. Eh? Cute, right? I am 32 weeks on Monday, so getting close. Oh, here comes my family. I tricked them into coming to see me instead. Hi. Come on in. Do you want to be in the video? You want to tell the people about the books you've read? Nope. Here comes my baby girl.
Oh, now I see Daddy in the pop.
Yeah. What have you guys been doing?
That's the studio playing.
Oh, come here, baby girl. Come say hi. Do you see Mommy in there?
Daddy, you want to come in here?
Okay. Here we are. Here's the whole fam. Thanks for watching, guys. I will... Oh, guess what? Andrew's reading the Song of Achilles. So, I'm pretty excited about that. She can't read a dang thing, can ya? You can't read a dang thing. I'll see you next week. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.